Yo, what the fuck is up, everybody? In today's video, I'm coming at you with another fishing, smoking video. In this one, I'm just going to be chilling, trying to catch as many catfish as I can. I am absolutely starving, haven't eaten anything at all today, so I've already got myself a little mini campfire built, but it is about to get dark soon, so I need to collect as much wood as possible for my campfire so I can stay out here as late as possible. But yeah, guys, I'm about to get this thing started up, about to start cooking myself some cheeseburgers. Hope you guys can enjoy this one. Fish on. Nice little catfish. Gonna go ahead and throw this guy back in. I got some ground beef from my local market. I fucking love going there. The people are so nice. I got myself a nice little campfire going. About to throw these in the cast iron and have myself my first meal today. Got these things cooking right now in some bacon grease. I cannot wait for them to be done. I haven't eaten anything at all today, so I could definitely use a good meal. I think that these are gonna be pretty damn good. Just finished cooking these cheeseburgers. I also have a fish hitting my rod right now. I'm honestly hoping that I don't catch one because I'd rather enjoy these at the moment. All right, guys, I got myself a big-ass campfire going. I figured I would go ahead and tell you guys a story time that I never thought I was going to tell on this channel. Just a little mini story time about how I ruined a smoke sesh with one brutal mistake. So I'm going to go ahead and pack myself up a bowl, get to smoking with you guys, and get right into this story time video. A little campfire side story time smoke sesh. All right, guys, got myself a nice bowl packed to some fire-ass weed I got from the plug. Cheers, everybody. So this story takes place back in 2017, which is absolutely crazy to say, almost 10 years ago. It really doesn't feel like that long, but I was hanging out with my friend Hunter this day, and just like any other day, our main goal was to get fried. I've talked about Hunter in a lot of previous Storytime videos as well. This was a guy who I would hang out with every single day for the 1.5, 2-year period about that we were hanging out. There was only like 5 days out of that whole 2 years that we didn't hang out. It was like every single day. So I went over to his house, and most days his mom would give him a little bit of money because he was constantly outside of the house, so for him to be able to buy some food, she'd give him like 10 or 20 bucks. But every time, instead of buying food, he would buy bud. So this day he had 10 bucks on him, and he was hitting up person after person trying to score a 10 bag of bud. Cheers, everybody. With how young we were at the time and how much we were buying, most people just didn't want to fuck with us. At the time, buying a 10 bag was totally acceptable. Most of the people I knew, even the people in high school, the most that they would buy at a time was a gram, an eighth, upwards of a quarter ounce. If you were buying ounces at a time, you were balling back then. And if you had anything more than an ounce, you were the plug. But either way, so he's hitting up person after person, and nobody wants anything to do with us. So Hunter says, fuck it, and he busts out this little orange medicine container with a little bit of bud in it. That's just how he would store his weed back in the day. I'm sure a lot of you guys have done that as well. They aren't smell-proof, they aren't airtight, so they don't keep your weed fresh, but if you have nothing else, it's not a bad idea to be able to store your weed in if you have, a little medicine jar available. But he, opens this thing up, shows me what's in it, and it's this small-ass amount of bud. But back then, it only took a hit or two to be able to get me to the moon. I could smoke an ounce to the face right now, and it just wouldn't be the same as back then, how high I would get off the smallest amount of bud. It was just different. It was a different feeling, as a new smoker. It's just, it's not the same as back then. The effects that I get are much more, mellowed down, and I'm actually able to, differentiate between different effects between bud, whereas back then I would smoke and it just fucking hits you, man. You're on the moon off the smallest amount of bud. But I'm like, all right, man, fuck it. Let's go ahead and smoke this. Cheers, everybody. Miller Lite 50-year can, tall boy. As a last resort, Hunter asked me if I want to walk over to one of the Plug's houses that he knows. I'd been there a couple times in the past, so I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go. I'd taken one of my first dabs ever there out of a giant-ass bong, one of those lung buster 30 inches of doom style pieces. They always had the craziest pieces. They had a whole gaming room upstairs that had like 3 Xbox Ones, 3 or 4 PS4s in it that all of their friends would bring over and they just play in the same room, which I thought was so dope at the time. It was one of the nicest houses that I had ever been in as well. So we walk over there, we go through the backyard, and in their backyard they had a custom built pond with a bridge that went over it. So we go over that thing and we just walk right in. And I'm like, are you sure this is all right, dude? Like, I wouldn't want someone walking into my house without me knowing that they're showing up. So we go in there and we hear a bunch of people talking from the basement, which is right next to the, back door. As soon as you walk in, there's the stairs that also go down to the basement. So we walk down there and they're having themselves a giant smoke circle. There's like 10 people down there, all rounded around. They've even got extra chairs down there for us as well. He asked the dude that lives there, the guy who actually sold bud and everything, and he's like, can I get a 10 bag off you? And he's like, no, sorry, man. Don't have any bud until next week. So we have this small ass amount of weed, and he's like, well, can I use your bowl to smoke this with me and my friend? And he's like, yeah, man. He hands him his bowl. Hunter packs this weed in there, and it was honestly pretty weird that they were smoking down in the basement, because this wasn't a finished basement. It was just, cement floor, fucking wet down there. Like there was, rain that leaked in. You could see like puddles and wet spots everywhere and stuff like that. So I don't know why they were smoking down there instead of their fully, furnished, nice ass living room, or up in the kids' bedroom upstairs, nice as fuck as well. But for some reason they decided they all wanted to smoke down in the basement. So that's what we were doing. Hunter takes the first rip off of this bowl, blows out a giant ass cloud, and he leaves a real nice amount for me. Like I said, this wasn't a lot of bud. It was enough to be able to pack maybe half a bowl. So I go in to take my rip, and keep in mind, I had just started smoking. This was probably my 10th time ever smoking. So I go to take my rip, and as I'm breathing this thing in, I don't know why this has never happened to me before ever, but I choke. Like, it's like there's something wrong with this bowl. Like there's a fucking stem in it or something. There's like hair in it or some shit. Because I just fucking choke and I cough right into the bowl. I blow this weed out everywhere. I mean, literally, it flew in the air, weed raining down, and Hunter is pissed as fuck. Everybody else, though, is dying laughing, and I feel absolutely terrible because I just wasted all of my friend's weed, and on top of that, this is all the weed that we have to smoke for today. He's gone through everybody that he knows that sells bud, even the people that is on like the do not hit up list, the people that you don't really want to go to because they'll fuck you over, short your bag, give you some shitty ass weed. He hit up everybody, and nobody had bud this day, which was an extremely rare occurrence. In fact, this is the only time that I can ever remember this happening. I hope all of you guys can enjoy that story time video. Like I said, I never thought that I was going to tell that on this channel because it's not the craziest story ever, but it's a pretty funny one from back in the day. But now I'm just going to smoke, get fried with you guys, and talk about whatever comes to mind. These are really the moments that I live for. I absolutely love being out here. It is pure peace, honestly. I can't imagine anything better. It's awesome being out with nobody around you, literally. Like, I can just do whatever the fuck that I please. I don't have to worry about any bullshit being bothered or anything. When I first started fishing, I started fishing up in the city, and anywhere that I would go, people would always come up to me. It was so fucking annoying because 90% of the time they weren't being nice. They were just being annoying as all fuck, and especially other fishermen as well. I would be fishing in a spot completely like off to the side from everybody else, and there'd be so many open spots, and people would come up right to me and fish right next to me and essentially just kick me right out of my spot, set up all their stuff around me and everything like that. Like, just stupid shit. I love being able to go out in the middle of nowhere and just enjoy the nature and everything around me, and actually just enjoy life and not have to worry about anything. But cheers, everybody. I also really like being able to smoke bud and not have to worry about hiding it. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up this bowl with you guys, smoking right next to the campfire. It's so beautiful out here. I can see so many stars at this point. But I want to thank all of you guys who have subscribed, liked, commented on my channel. I cannot begin to describe how much it means to me, genuinely. Like, I never thought this channel would come this far. I had multiple channels before this one, And every single one of them got so many strikes on it to the point where if I got one more strike, my channel would be deleted. So I stopped posting on both of those channels I had previous to this one. I had 2 different channels. And then when I made this one, I just stopped getting strikes for some reason. I have no idea why. But I've only gotten a warning strike on this channel, not any actual strikes, which is awesome. And I never plan on stopping uploading. There's so much improvement to be made, so much that I can do to better my videos. I watch them over and I just see so many different things that I could be doing better, but you know, I plan on investing money someday into camera equipment and hopefully learning how to edit at some point. Editing on a computer is so fucking difficult, so complicated. It takes forever to even be able to get somewhat good at it, but cheers, everyone. Either way, I'm going to go ahead and head out of here. Hope everybody enjoyed the video. Hope everybody's high as fuck as always. Peace.